Welcome back, folks, to the WP-Tonic show. This is episode 361. It's going to be a discussion between me and Cindy, and we're going to be talking about the best video hosting providers for 2019. That's what we're going to be discussing, folks. And first of all, I'm going to introduce you to my co-host. That's Cindy. Cindy, like to introduce yourself to the new listeners and viewers?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Jonathan. Cindy Nicholson here. I help people create online courses. You can find me at thecoursewhisperer.com.
Yes, and she's a great co-host. So this is one of our most popular posts in 2018, folks. So we're going to be doing a rewrite in the next couple of weeks where we're going to be coming back to this subject and see if things have changed. So just to give a broad description of this is that fundamentally you don't want to host your videos for your course, for your e-learning membership site on your hosting, especially shared hosting or hosting in general. There are normally bandwidth limits on any kind of hosting, or they do. It's based on either bandwidth or visits to site. There's different metrics, and when you go over that metrics, either your hosting gets suspended or you get quite a shock of an extra bill. It's just not a good idea to host your videos on your normal hosting plan, right? And also, you don't, depending on the course, you probably, on the paid courses, you don't want your videos to be accessible to people that aren't paying for the course. And there's other feature sets that you might be looking for. Now, you could say that you can make your YouTube videos private, but if that URL gets found out, somehow they can be viewed, where the services that we're going to be discussing during this show, that won't happen. How does that sound, Cindy?
Yep. Yeah, this is definitely something that you have to figure out if you're going to create a course or membership site, like who is going to host your videos. So it'll be a good insight from you, Jonathan, just based on what your experience is and, you know, what people need to be looking for when they choose their video host.
So let's start. Let's start with YouTube. I mentioned them in the introduction. You know, I think YouTube is fantastic. We push all the interviews and our internal discussions, me and Cindy, onto the WP-Tonic YouTube channel. Please go there and subscribe to the channel. That really helps the show as well. And I will be putting up more video that's not part of the normal routine of the actual interviews onto the channel in 2019. And it's great, you know, it gets 1.5 billion active users. It's a great education, you know, literally any time I want to learn anything, I normally search YouTube to give me an introduction, reviews. It's powerful. They have a tendency to keep changing the interface almost every month. They do have a tendency to do that. There's no, it's, I would say it's great for promoting your course, for putting some video, putting value out there. So building up your audience before you do your membership course, and also as a way of promoting your course. I do not recommend it as the hosting provider for your actual course videos. Would you agree with that, Cindy?
I would agree 100%. But your audience might wonder why you don't recommend it for the actual hosting of your course.
Well, because you can make the videos private, but if those URLs in some way get found out, and there are there's I understand there's ways to find private videos on YouTube, and then they can be downloaded, even though there's plugins for Chrome and Firefox that makes it possible to download the videos. Making that copyright content truly secure is not achievable in using YouTube, Cindy.
Yeah, no, and as you say, I think it's a great platform for marketing, because it's so widely used nowadays that that's a great way to market yourself, but not necessarily the actual delivery of your course content or your membership site.
On to number 2, and I always struggle with the name. I'm going to struggle again. Whistler. How do you pronounce it, Cindy?
Here, Jonathan, it's Wistia.
Wistia. I always struggle with that. Wistia. Great company. Fun people to do business with. I would say they are the kind of bee's knees of video hosting. It's a pretty slick video hosting company, and they offer a load of functionality. They did offer a free plan, and I think they still do, but it's quite limited the amount of videos you can upload on the free plan, and they are quite expensive, to be truthful about it. What do you get? You get a really slick interface, probably one of the best on the market. You get fantastic support, and they do have a feature set which is really focused on e-learning and membership websites. You can, like 3 minutes into the video, you can put a email gate. You could ask, people, to see the other part of the video. Can they give you their email? Which is probably not of interest to a membership e-learning, but to marketers, that's of interest. Putting in links into the videos so they can upsells. You could at the end of the video, you can put in a link and a commentary to go to a page for upsell. There's a lot of functionality inbuilt with them, but like I say, it's not cheap. Any experience with them, Cindy?
Yes, I do, and again, it's usually the one that you hear of. Wistia or Vimeo probably are the two most popular ones, but they also have a lot of like data, like metrics that you can track as well, which might be helpful when you are creating your course, because if you can see where people end up dropping off of your videos, you can kind of really get some insight from that perspective in terms of the actual course itself.
And their player is pretty slick as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. On to the next one. And Vimeo. Now, I've got a Vimeo account. I'm going to be talking about 2 providers that I actively use. And Vimeo has been around. I think they're based in Holland. They've been in this sector for a long time. They offer a free account, a bit like the previous one, a bit limited, but they offer their pro account, which I think is around about $199 a year, and it's one of the best value accounts that you get. I wouldn't say their interface is as slick as Wistia, but they offer really good value. You can buy extra storage if you need it. They make it really easy, the interface, to make your you can, there's a number of inbuilt security features that they offer. I'm not going to list them all because it might bore you to tears, listeners and viewers. And it's a pretty slick interface. What's your experience with Vimeo?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's kind of almost like the stepping stone to Wistia because it's a little bit more affordable for people who may be starting out with creating their courses relative to going with Wistia, depending on how much content you have to provide. But it is, again, helpful to kind of get those details that you're looking for in terms of the data. The data mining, I think, is really helpful for course creators.
Have you you've actively used it yourself?
Yes, yeah.
Has there been any kind of frustrations or anything you thought I'm not too keen on?
Nothing that kind of jumps out at me right away. It's just a learning curve with when you learn anything in terms of trying to figure out how to navigate, how to kind of get around. It's kind of like learning a new language. You kind of have a really steep learning curve at the beginning, but once you get into it, then there's really simple to use.
One thing I see a lot of people when they first started is you got, and with both products that I've described, you got a lot of control over what is shown in the actual player. One of the main things you can make sure is that the downloadable feature is not available. Right. But there's a lot like the title of the video. There's a lot more finite controlled on the paid versions of both services than what you would get with YouTube. You can also, the player, you can, I think with both that we've discussed, you can match the colours of your website with the player, but you can definitely, what is offered and what isn't offered in the actual player, that a lot of control, which you do not get with YouTube.
Right, yeah. And
go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's just kind of what you're looking for, is you probably do want to have a little bit more of that flexibility when it comes to creating your courses, because videos will probably be a big part of your actual course itself. So
it certainly is. We're going to have our break, folks, and then we're coming back. We'll be delving it more into some of these services. We'll be back in a few moments. We're coming back. Be talking about video. But before we go on, I want to talk about one of our great sponsors, and that will be WP Fusion. What is WP Fusion? Well, it should be really part of your tech stack. Now, the two fundamentals that should be there anyway is WordPress, in my opinion, and a CRM. And a CRM enables you to do email and marketing automation, a bit like ActiveCampaign, Drip. There's a number of them. And WP allows your WordPress website to really communicate on steroids with your CRM. And if you've got a membership website, it's really something, and you've got WordPress and you've got a CRM, you really should look at getting WP Fusion. And it will enable you to tag things and send automatic email and build funnels and marketing funnels. It's just amazing. So go to the WP Fusion website, have a look at some of their training videos, and you'll just be blown away. Plus, if you buy any of their packages and you use this coupon code WP-Tonic, all one word, uppercase, you'll get 25% off any of their packages. And that's exclusively only offered to the WP-Tonic listeners and viewers. And it's just amazing. So, on to our review. So, we're going to be revising the article that this episode is based on. And I was tipped about this particular service by Adam from WP Crafter. He's been using it for a number of years, and they offered a fantastic deal on. So I thought, I was given a great review, and I was offered a great deal. and this is a company called View Player, VOOPLAYER, View Player, and I've been blown away with them. It really, they've got amazing, great analytics. The player is fantastic, great security, really interesting integration, and the price. It's they do offer a free account, and then the next one up is $14 if paid annually. I think it's $19 if you pay monthly, and it's frigging amazing. And I've been using it on my own on the WP-Tonic and some other sites, and I think it's something you listeners and viewers should consider. Is this something that you've heard about before?
Only just through you, Jonathan, since I've come on board, because I've heard you talk about View Player before. So what do you think really differentiates itself from, say, Wistia or Vimeo in terms of why you like to work with it?
I think they've got some really, I haven't delved into it as much as I can, but they've got some really cool features around where it comes to marketing and granular control about like this. They got a video and you're trying to use that video to get more leads through email, so you can stop and you can ask for your name and email. So you can set up custom forms to do that. A lot of its functionality is, I'm going to struggle with their name, Wistia. I think it compares to what they've got, but it's cheaper. Right. But a lot of that key marketing kind of functionality, granular control over videos and that, it offers. And the player is really professional. There are some other players in this game, and the actual player isn't up to snuff really, but theirs is professional looking, and I haven't found that their service to be buggy either.
How long have they been around?
They've been, because I remember Adam from WP Crafter did a video in 2017. I think they've been around for about two and a half years. What happened was that I think it was started off by some big online marketing types, and version 1 they started, and then they felt that their core product wasn't, I'm trying to find the right word here, wasn't as competitive to the leading players as they hoped. So they did a total rewrite, which took over a year, and this is version 2, basically. But I think Adam's been using them for over 2 years. So, and then we're going to talk about our last one, which is Bright Cove, and they've been around for quite a long time. Comes with a 30-day free trial. It seemed to be aimed at the more pro level, up to the very large, because if you've got a very large membership website and you're playing a lot of video, they're playing a lot of video, you're going to end up being bumped into the higher accounts of all these people that we've mentioned. If you're bumped up into the higher one, you're more into the kind of quasi enterprise level. You probably might get a better deal with looking at something like Bright Cove, but I know View Player does an enterprise. I have an enterprise level account with View Player because we offer View 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 Player. Through our turnkey solution, we offer video hosting as part of it, and that's with our partner View Player. So they do offer enterprise level because I've got an enterprise level account with them. But Bright Cove is similar. They do seem to be aimed at the higher level because they don't even list the price. You actually got to approach them and to get a price. And when you see that, you know that you're dealing with a enterprise level, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So to wrap up, Cindy, is there any kind of insights or tips that you've seen but we're working with clients around video?
Well, number one, I think it's valuable to have video as part of your course. Not a lot of, some people have some reservations of being on video. And, I think that's an opportunity for another podcast to talk about how to overcome some of those challenges. But I think that it's definitely the way to go in terms of making sure it's part of your course. But I think it's also part of your marketing strategy too, is being on video, because people will buy your course when they tend to know, like, and trust you. And the best way to kind of see that is through videos. So part and parcel of that is then choosing your host of who's going to host all of these videos for you.
Yeah, another thing I'd like to point out, recently me and Cindy did a great interview with Sean Connell, who has a great YouTube channel. He's a great guy, basically. I really enjoyed the interview, got a great buzz from him, and I think you did as well, didn't you, Cindy?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, he got some good tips around that as well.
Well, his YouTube channel, he's got an extensive YouTube channel where he goes into what cameras, lighting, live video. It goes through all the things that you need to do to produce the videos to then utilize one of these hosting companies. I'll make sure a link to the interviews in the show notes. It was episode 337. And he's got a book out as well, which he gave me a free copy, and which I was very chuffed to get. But he's just a smashing guy and very professional, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to finish this episode of the show up, folks. Hopefully we've provided some insights about video hosting and some of the leading players. It is important to choose the right one. And hopefully we'll be back next week where we have a great guest. And if you really want to support the show, go to iTunes and give us a review. It really does help us with our placement in iTunes, and it helps us get great guests with great insights to help you get the success that you're looking for in 2019 for you and your family. We'll be back next week, folks. Bye.
Bye.